We need to talk about the new Prismatic Evolution Super Premium Collection. And no, the thumbnail is not clickbait. These are selling for $500 currently. However, there is hope. It's not all doom and gloom. We're going to break it down, and we have a full market update in this video. We got a lot of stuff moving, a lot of stuff at all-time highs, so make sure you stay tuned. But we are going to start off. This is the Super Premium Collection. If you're not familiar with this product launches still a ways out, May 16th. But we are seeing some confirmed sales on TCG Player all over $500. Okay, now you got to understand the situation with TCG Player. We've talked about it recently, but it's worth noting not everybody knows. Okay, not everybody is allowed to sell on TCG Player. It's to my knowledge, and correct me if anybody has any more information, brick and mortar stores only are allowed to list before the product is released. So that's why you're seeing there's not a lot of supply here. People probably don't have like their allocation numbers, I would assume, or if they have them, they're low. So that's why these are selling high. Now, this is the positive. Okay, while these are selling for 500 on TCG Player. Okay, and maybe some pre-orders haven't even dropped yet, or some that you did you might have missed. If you want to pick something up on eBay, and I know this is expensive. I know the MSRP also, if you guys are not familiar, is $99.99. But I'm just saying there's a little bit of, and trust me, I understand. This is $200, right? 200. I think this. I don't know what this one is. I'd be skeptical of this one, but 300, 200, 250. So this is more of the realistic price of what we're seeing from the Super Premium Collection. Okay. So it is very high. It's double, triple MSRP, and I know the scalping and everything. It is a problem. There is a little ray of hope for this product. Now we talked about it earlier, like a month ago. We did see a little bit of a leak from somebody who works at the Pokemon printing facility. Now, once again, we only saw the corner of the warehouse with when these were being assembled, right? These Super Premium Collection, but they were saying that they have a ton of them, like a lot. So we can only hope that hopefully these will be a little easier to get our hands on, or they'll be maybe more to bring the price down if you have to go to the secondary market. And I know the scalpers are going to get them, people are going to eat them up, but I have to believe that we're going to have a chance to at least get some, and we'll see. The market is in such demand, but the realistic thing right now is they're not $500 unless you're buying them on TCG, which these are real sales, right, on TCG. So they're not $500. Okay, this is what we're seeing on the secondary market on eBay. If you are going to pre-order and pay these higher prices on eBay, $200-$300, please check out the seller and their feedback and their history. Okay, if you want that to get honored, okay, try and pick a seller that has a lot of sales, top rated, high feedback, stuff like that. Okay, not everybody knows this. Okay, so this is why I put this information. We have new people coming in every day into the hobby, but just to put it in perspective here, this is where the Charizard UPC is at currently, $270. And this was a product that, it was widely available for essentially dirt cheap for a long time. And, the packs in here you get so many great Sword and Shield era packs. But, this is continuing to climb 270. So, not that I don't love Prismatic and stuff, but you can see, even these ones that are in the 200s, like 280, where's the lower 200s? 220 right here, or you could be picking up a Charizard UPC. If we zoom out right here, obviously Charizard UPC continuing to push at all-time highs, up 140% on the year. A year ago, this was a $106 box. Listed median price, $299. So Charizard UPC probably gonna continue to move as well. Now we got some more products that are moving at all-time highs, so we're going to talk about that. But first, real quick, I'm doing a massive giveaway for the channel. Massive for me. I think it's massive. If you want to enter, you have to watch this video. It'll tell you exactly how to enter. I'll have a link at the end of the video as well, but we're giving away like a Surging Sparks booster box, a Prismatic ETB, Japanese 151 booster box, PSA 10, tons of other prizes. So if you want to have a chance to get some free product, this is my way of saying thank you to the community, and we're pushing forward for 20K subs is the goal. So we are on the road to 20K, but let's get back, just straight back into the market update. Now 151, got the Pokemon Center ETB here. This one's pushing big numbers, right? I mean, look in the last month, still continuing to grow, 68% growth, $440 with the most recent sale at $460. So we're nearing a $500 Pokemon Center ETB for 151. Isn't that wild? It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen at this rate. I mean, look at this. This is on TCG Player. A few sales, just a few, and we're at 495, and then 500. So that honestly is an absolute mind blower for the Pokemon Center ETBs. $500 is a crazy level, and you know this is the leader for Pokemon Center ETBs currently. 1 year ago, you know, these were sub 100, believe it or not. 328% growth we're seeing on the year, so all-time high on the 151. And then we got something like Crown Zenith. Crown Zenith, Pokemon Center ETBs from this era, not as desirable because they don't have that stamped promo that everybody loves, but we're continuing to see all-time highs. Crown Zenith, Pokemon Center, Elite Trainer Box Plus, 285. Listed median, this is an interesting one. 372 is the listed median price. So you know that this is going to continue to run. We'll zoom out to the 1 year so you guys can see. This is the theme here. And, you know, this was an interesting box, too, because this was very... You can see, like, this one was actually coming down, 120, and it kept coming down, kept coming down, kept coming down, until not that long ago, you know, November, 115. And then, obviously, the massive growth coming recently. It's up only 137% on the year for Crown Zenith. Most recent sales... you do have some already over the $300 mark. 345, 360, 350. Most recent one's around 290. And if we scroll down here, we do have some. Yeah, I mean, this one, it's going to hit 300 soon. It looks like it's just a few sales away, really, from being a $300 box. And you have the regular ETBs. The regular ETBs continuing to climb as well. You know, this once again, this was another set that was printed, I don't want to say into oblivion, but printed very heavily. It just kept popping up everywhere. And now, and it's an amazing set. The market, the demand for this on the market is eating up the supply finally. And regular ETBs are up 65% in the past 3 months. We zoom out to the 1 year and you can see we're at an all-time high. $122 for regular ETB when a year ago, these were $40. 187% growth, and you can see pretty consistent in the 120s sales right here. So we'll keep an eye on this one as well. Listed median price is 140, so you're probably going to see this one continue to climb. Crown Zenith as well. Sea and Sky boxes. Now this is something. If you're newer to the hobby, you can see there was a little dip right here. You know, this is what I was talking about a few videos ago about just not freaking out when there's a dip. See, if you would have bought a Sea and Sky box at 105. And then the price tanked, right? Just in a few weeks, down to, you know, $83. You might have been scared, right? Potentially, if you're newer and you don't understand how things work, and you might have want to have sold. But then look, you know, we got a large influx right here, is what pushed this price down for the Sea and Sky boxes. You know, this is just in the past 3 months. In the past 3 months, it's still up 60%. And so it recovered off of that $83 up to, like, we're pretty much at 120 now. Last sold's 120, 130, and then pretty much consistent 120s before that for the Sea and Sky box. You can't even go to the 1 year because the product hasn't been out that long. But you can see here too, the pre-release prices were at 85, which are high, and then this product was as low as $56. So all-time highs for Sea and Sky box. That is the theme for this video. We're at all-time highs for pretty much all these products. Not everything though. We do have some stuff at the end that we'll talk about that are not at all-time highs, or if they are, actually I have to double check. Let me rephrase that are affordable. Sorry, they might be actually at their all-time highs, but they're relatively affordable comparatively. I think that's what it is. But stay tuned. Those are at the end of the video. Obsidian Flames, PC ETB. Continuing to grow. Now you got your smushed forehead Charmander. I've seen people 3D printing like the smushed forehead version of the Charmander. That's super fun. Leaning up against the door, the promo card if you're not familiar. These ones are up. I mean, once again, a year ago, $65. Now we're seeing $300. And listed median price is $380 on this. And there's only 15 boxes of these currently available on TCG Player. We do have astronomically high sale. 490 right here. I don't know what that is. We're gonna have to ignore that one. Before that, we got 330, 380. But there's a 420 sale here as well. So it looks like, I mean, we look at what's listed. We got to work through some sales here. But it's not that many till we're in the $400 range for Obsidian Flames PC ETBs. So the all-time high, 372% growth on the year. Even the booster box for Obsidian Flames, I think is worth noting, talking about. Obsidian Flames booster box at an all-time high. It's up 88% on the year. So it's, we won't say sub 100, $100 a year ago. And now we're seeing $200 sale, right? Obsidian Flames booster box at $200. Lowest listed, you got one right here at $197 including shipping. Then after that, Obsidian Flames is now a $200 booster box on TCG Player. So Obsidian Flames cracking the $200 mark, more all-time highs. Paldea Evolved, we got this one. You can see this one kind of cooled off for a little bit, and for a little bit, I really mean a little bit. It was about right here, late January to early February, and then now it's starting to move again. Market price 273. We're up 228% on the year. So Paldea Evolved PC ETBs a year ago were a little higher than some of the others, $83. But still not that far above MSRP, really. Then we have, this is a $300 box now. Again, kind of wild. How many people, including myself, like we're all guilty of sleeping on these PC ETBs and not loading up when they were affordable. But I fall victim to it too. Everyone sleeps on products sometimes, and also not everyone has like unlimited funds. It's easy to play that blame game on yourself. Be like, I should have bought 1,000 of these. It's like, yeah, but like for me, I couldn't have bought 1,000 of PC ETBs even at $80. Like, come on, I just don't have that kind of liquidity. But look at these sales. You got one below, but $300 box for Paldea. Lowest listed, 300. So Paldea Evolved PC ETB is now a $300 Elite Trainer box. Surging Sparks Elite Trainer box, PC ETB. Sorry, starting to move. This one, you can see right here, in the last 3 months, it's up 55%. It went up from 120 up to 150, and then it kind of chilled, stagnated, dropped just a tiny bit, and even right here was just barely growing, and now we're seeing 187. However, most recent sales, we're seeing quite a few $200 sales, right? So even Surging Sparks, one of the newest PC ETBs, you go to lowest listed right here, $200 box. Surging Sparks is now a $200 booster box. You can see right here if we zoom out, this was the pre-release high before release, and then at release they were 100, and now we're seeing $200. I mean, from the low in November, this has doubled in price from November to early March. So just a few months, Surging Sparks PC ETBs, all-time highs. Now the booster box, we had the reprint talked about recently for Surging Sparks, and I don't know if this is this the drop from 260 to 250. I mean, I'm gonna say it hasn't dropped, but if you look at the 1-year chart, the drops start to look smaller. Or we can even look at it from the 6-month. So, technically we're just barely off of this high. I'm gonna say pretty much at all-time highs right now. Very consistent sales though in the 260 mark for Surging Sparks. Surging Sparks. Something in my throat. Surging Sparks at 265-ish. Lowest listed, we got to get through some of these. No shrink. All original packs. Actual pack. We want actual booster boxes here. Yeah, 265. So, and this probably might stagnate here for a while before it moves again. Might drop. I don't know what kind of influx we'll get for Surging Sparks, but we'll see. So, Surging Sparks, 265, all-time high. Paradox Rift. This is one of the... Now, these are some of the more affordable boxes that I'm talking about as far as PC ETBs go. And, the promo card really dictates kind of where things go with the box. And, maybe not as good of promo cards here from Paradox Rift. But there's two, and when they're split in two, they tend to not quite hold their value quite as well, it seems. So you got this one at, it's only at market at 110. However, last sold's in the 130s. And if you zoom, go down here to lowest listeds, they're kind of going to be 150 here shortly. So even these boxes are starting to move, right? And if we zoom out right here, up pretty big recently. These were as low as like below MSRP. $52. $52 was the low here, and now they're about to hit 150. So keep that in mind. Like, these are the lesser PCETBs are starting to move. You got the other one here, the Roaring Moon variant. This one's at 128 on TCG. Last solds, you do have a 150 sale as well. Lowest listed is in the 150. So these are already at 150 for Paradox. Then lastly, something very interesting happening with Scarlet and Violet base that I do think is kind of fascinating. You got the PCETB here. This is the Miraidon. Now this SV base has two as well, right? And I do think it's kind of fun when they do two. I like the different variants. But most recent sales, check this out, 200. So this PCETB is already at 200. Lowest listeds, we're right here. We're in the 200s, right? And the reason I say that that's interesting is just because check out the booster box. We have surpassed the booster box for SV base. Most recent sales at 190, but you can see, even the SV booster box nearing in at 200, but not quite there yet. But the Miraidon PCETB has surpassed it at 200, so that's interesting. The other one has not. You got the Charizard, the red one here. This one, most recent sale is at 180. Before that, you kind of have 170 ish range, and you can see lowest listed. You can pick this up for. There's one left at 175, and then we're in the 180 plus range. So looks like the Charizard's probably going to catch up at some point, but I just thought that was interesting. And we're gonna say, although this has come down a smidgen right here on this 1 year chart, I'm gonna just say for the sake of this video. At another all-time high for the SV base booster box. So a lot of sealed continuing to move up, continuing to hit those all-time highs. The Prismatic Super Premium Collection thing is very interesting. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. If you made it this far in the video, let me know your thoughts about those $500 pre-orders. Who do you think is paying $500 to pre-order those boxes there? Is it people who just don't know? Is it people who have so much money and they just don't care? Do they not know and not care? I'm just curious. It is interesting. They don't trust eBay. They don't trust any other place to get them from, because there will be other places that will have them. There will be more pre-orders that go up. There will be more other listings, right, as we get closer to May. So, I mean, I don't know if people are just so scared that that box is going to go that crazy off the rip, but just keep in mind, we saw what was happening with the PCETBs pre-release. The same thing happened. They were astronomically high on TCG Player and people were buying them, and then at release, a flood of supply comes and more sellers come, and then the price goes down very, very, very drastically on the Prismatic PCETB. So we're probably going to see a very similar thing happen with the Super Premium Collection. That wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. But hopefully some positivity for moving forward is hopefully there's more of those Prismatic Super Premium collections than we realize. Hopefully stores, I know that there's a lot more every day. I feel I hear of LGSs, even Targets, even some big box stores putting limits on how many of those you can buy of Pokemon product in general. So hopefully as those roll out, and as Journey Together rolls out, a little bit of, if it's low supply, they limit it. Plus, like I said in the last video, the Journey Together having more booster bundles possibly than other sets before. So hopefully at least people are able to pick up some sort of product, and maybe things kind of very slowly start to get better. But trying to have a positive outlook on it. I know it can be dark and gloomy. But I can't live in the dark and gloomy all the time. So that's just, I just can't do it. I don't want to get depressed. So that's all I have for you guys on this one. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you watching. I'll catch my endgame guys in the comments. Thank you so much. I think that's all I have. That's all I have for this one. Also, I've been random. Uh, I do sell some like 3D printed stands, and I've been printing this. I just throw this in. This is like a little Charizard in an egg. It was a free file. Just throw one of those in with every order. Super random. But I just had a few on my desk. I just wanted to show them off. A little Charizard coming out of an egg. I gotta get a multicolor printer. I still am on the single. I can only do one color at a time. So, you know, that's another one of my goals. But anyways, super random. Sharing some of my stuff I don't need to share with you guys. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. And remember, it was never face.